Hi, everyone. Bill Wrenchler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. It is Wednesday. It's been a long time, but it's Wednesday. And on Wednesdays, we usually do Crime Stoppers. And we finally have LPD's Jared Minary back in the saddle. It's been like 6 weeks.
You make it sound like it's all my fault.
It's not. It is my fault more, and some of your fault.
Yeah, some of my fault.
Yeah.
We all have vacations in summer, so, you know.
Vacations and the like, and crazy weather and whatever else might be going on. So
yeah, weather takes more importance than me, so that's good.
Depends on the weather. It was a nice gully washer we had this morning, though, wasn't it?
I woke up to it, actually.
Yeah?
I got to sleep in a little bit today and woke up to the storms, so I didn't get to sleep in today. So,
sorry.
Yeah. It was nice, though. I enjoy a good thunderstorm. So.
I know. It was nice. And it's always nice when you can get a good downpour and not, like, deal with down branches and severe, like, you know.
And I like the fact that you use the term gully washer. You don't hear that very often.
You don't. There's also, I don't know if this is appropriate or not to say, but we're on streaming, so I'm going to say it, toad strangler.
I've never heard of that.
You've never heard toad strangler? Yep.
I'm going to have to look that up later, I think.
All right. We're straying from the intended purpose of this segment. But, again, crimes that we're about to look at here, we have a crime. We need a tip. We need a hint. We need a clue. We need something to kind of give you guys a direction to take the investigation.
Correct. And usually, you know, May is actually like Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. Mm-hmm. But today, apparently, is
we're doing it.
What not to do with your motorcycle month.
You could take the videos we're about to show, and I had to take the class to get my motorcycle driver's license. You could take these videos and you could drop them right into that class, like you said, on the list of do not do.
Yep, this is the example of how not to act on your motorcycle.
Which is really, you know, it's. I used to have a motorcycle. It's a fun community. You know, we always wave at each other. I always thought that was super fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's incumbent upon the riders to create a safe environment, not do dumb things, because it can be really dangerous to ride a motorcycle.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
And again, file these under things not to do. So which one do you want to start with? Do you want to do fleeing from the officer
let's do
or
the flee?
Flee?
Yeah.
Okay. So I titled this one in my little button here. I put runaway video. So I mean, walk us through what we're seeing here.
It's pretty clear what's happening here. The officer has his window down, basically tried to stop this motorcycle, and the motorcyclist decided to make it a nice friendly wave and then take off. He's went pretty high speed, swerving through traffic. The officer didn't think it was safe to try to pursue him westbound down O Street.
Yeah.
So obviously in that kind of case, we're going to have to go after the fact and try to look for this individual to make the stop. And hopefully he can still get him a ticket, even though he didn't stop that day for the offenses that he did.
Well, and it's one of those things where it's like, and again, I think everyone in Lincoln has probably seen a motorcycle weaving in and out of traffic, going too fast down O Street.
Correct.
And again, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's one of the reasons my wife, who is a nurse, calls motorcycles donor cycles.
It's one way of putting it, I suppose.
Yes,
Yes,
you're asking for trouble, you're asking for something bad to happen. And in this case, doubly bad because you have an officer right next to you.
Absolutely.
Trying to wave you down.
And back in the day, we used to say you can't outrun the radio, but nowadays it's more you can't outrun Crime Stoppers, because even if you get away from the radio, Crime Stoppers is probably going to get a good video from either a cruiser, a body camera, either in these two cases, or both of these in this case, or just a surveillance video from businesses around. You know, we're going to probably end up finding you in one way or another. So it's just best if you're on a motorcycle and you do something dumb that day, take your ticket, learn your lesson, move on, drive carefully from that point on.
Yeah, take your medicine.
So obviously we're looking for this guy. We believe that to be a black Yamaha motorcycle, no plates on it at the time. The guy was wearing red and white tennis shoes, red gloves, and may have had some kind of a band around his arm, like a tattoo or something. So maybe that'll help key somebody in to give us a good tip on who the rider of this motorcycle is, so we can catch up with him. Quite literally catch up with him. We're still chasing him.
And I believe it had said in here that was the original reason for the stop, was that there was no license plate on
No
this
plate.
thing.
Yep.
So
put plates on your vehicles. That always helps as well.
Yeah, and here's a still image of that kind of band you were talking about. And again, the red gloves there too.
Yep. And we're hoping that motorcycle, somebody can key in on that. Maybe the helmet. Those things are all usually specific to your riders. Most people wear the same shoes every day of their life. So we're pretty confident somebody's going to know who this guy is and give us a good tip.
All right, so Jared, best way to get in touch with you guys if someone does know.
Of course, you can always call the police.
Mm-hmm.
441-6000. That's just the normal non-emergency number to reach a police officer. Of course, if you want to be anonymous or be eligible for cash reward, you do need to call Crime Stoppers. Their number is that number on the screen there, 402-475-3600. Of course, you can always go on LincolnCrimeStoppers.com to give a tip on this case or all the other cases we're going to talk about or see. And, of course, the P3 app that you can download to your phone is a wonderful way to do that as well.
So if your motorcycle maybe needs an oil change and you're short on cash this month,
And that could be a way.
send you guys a tip and let us know who that individual is. So that's
or maybe
case.
he's like the ex-baby daddy and you don't like him and you just
That could
want to
be-
give a tip. That
There you
happens
go.
as
That
well.
could be too.
So-
Again, you always say, I think, what was it, like half of the cash rewards aren't even claimed?
Nope. There's a lot of baby mamas out there, I'm guessing. Yeah.
There very well could be. Okay, so that was basically fleeing from an officer.
Yep.
So obviously we'd be looking at potentially obviously no plate on the bike.
Yep.
I'm assuming is fleeing from an officer kind of a different. Does that kind of
Yep. And it can
Get
move
you up
into a
there.
reckless the way they're driving because obviously if he's going at a high speed at a high speed and weaving through traffic, you could add a reckless in there. So there's a potential for several charges in this case.
okay? And so you said it first, but reckless driving. I think this next one probably falls under this, maybe, or at least
it's
careless.
Possible. It could be careless. It could be reckless. It obviously is going to be leaving the scene of an accident in the end. So basically, as you see here, boop. This motorcyclist didn't stop in time, ran into the back of a car. What he said to the other driver was that his brakes weren't working. However, after the accident, when they tried to move off the road, the motorcyclist took off from the scene. We don't have any reports of him running into anything else. So maybe his brakes were working after the accident. So either the brakes didn't work and he had an accident and that fixed the brakes, or maybe that was just an excuse and he wasn't paying attention.
User error.
Yes.
And,
So it-
forgot to brake.
Probably he's going to get maybe a careless driving ticket out of this one. But now that he's left the scene, he's probably also going to get leaving the scene of an accident. As you can see, it's a dirt bike. So we're looking for that dirt bike. We think that he's possibly going to be a Hispanic male based on the description of the driver of that white vehicle. And of course, that motorcycle is kind of unique. You've got some unique clothing on the individual there. So we're hoping that maybe somebody can, I love that picture. Hopefully somebody can give us a tip on who the rider of that motorcycle is so we can catch up with him as well and give him his citations.
And this was also on O Street.
Yes, this would be
70th and O.
Yep, exactly.
And I
So,
believe if I can remember my O Street, that's probably looking east.
I think they said this was westbound, so that
So, yeah,
would probably be up
westbound.
by Walgreens, kind of there up at the top of screens, my guess.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's probably coming from 84th to 70th, not paying attention is my guess.
Does it
but-
almost look like his bike has underglow in that video? Or do you think that's just the way the trick of the light there?
I don't know, honestly.
Huh.
It looks like it might have some kind of orange paint job to some of the bike too underneath it or something, or it's a light maybe.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Maybe
So-
just a trick of the light there.
I always thought it was just the paint of the motorcycle, but you could be right. Maybe there is some kind of
Okay.
lighting, or it's catching the taillights of the car in front of it. So
Yeah. Okay. And so obviously the guy kind of kisses the back windshield there of the vehicle.
Yep.
We're not sure if he was hurt. I mean, obviously he then just fled the scene.
Right. I mean, the other driver of the other car didn't say anything about that individual being hurt. Obviously, you go face first into the rear window of a car, there's a good chance he's probably got some injuries, but with the helmet, it might have protected him enough. But I guarantee this guy probably went and told all his buddies about his mistake. So somebody out there is going to know what happened here.
Yeah, and again, obviously, this was, it was an accident. But again, fleeing after the fact, not exchanging the information
Correct.
is what pushes it up.
And a
And
lot
again,
of
like we
times-
said, take your medicine,
Yeah.
insurance gets dinged.
Unfortunately, in those cases, what we end up finding a lot of times is they don't have a motorcycle license, they don't have insurance, or they're suspended, or there's usually some other also underlying factors that they don't want the cops called. So that's a possibility there may be more offenses involved in this case that we don't know about at this time.
All right. And so again, like Jared said, best ways to get in touch with either Jared or someone over there at LPD. Again, you can always just call 441-6000, 475-3600 to make an anonymous tip. Go to crimestoppers.com or download that P3 app. And again, you have to submit through Crime Stoppers to be eligible for the cash reward.
You do. You say it very well.
Thank you.
You've been well trained.
I know. It's like we've been doing this for a while. Anything else top of mind for you guys over there?
Well, I
LPD
can
and-
say that the Crime Stoppers board is going to be doing a different type of fundraiser this year.
Okay.
It is coming out now. We will. Basically, this is the first time we've talked about it anywhere, but it is November 7th at 7 p.m. There's going to be a trivia night.
Nice.
So it should be a lot of fun. We'll get some details out very soon, but mark your calendars, November 7th.
November 7th, 7 p.m. And this is going to replace our Zoo Done It.
Yep.
Which we've done
We
the
will
last
not be
couple
doing
years.
Zoo Done anymore. This is the new
The new
fundraiser.
iteration.
It should be fun, and there might be a special MC that night. Somebody in this room, not me.
It might be me.
It might be.
I can't confirm or deny.
Yeah.
So
Has not been officially
it
released
has
yet.
not. I'm not going to implicate myself in any of these shenanigans that may or may not be happening.
There will be shenanigans that night. There will be lots of shenanigans that night. I can guarantee that, especially
100%.
since somebody may or may not be there. But
All right. Well, Jared, we appreciate your time as always. It is nice to have you back in the chair.
hey, thanks for having us in.
Yeah.
Always appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Well, appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. As always, again, keep it tuned to 1011 both on air and online for all of your latest news, weather, and sports. Until next time, hope everyone has a nice Wednesday.